Alright guys, I got my 1984 M635 CSI in front of me, and I wanted to actually show you the installation of the carbon fiber airbox that I did actually quite a few months ago, earlier this year. As you can see it in front of you here, and it was bought off of eBay from a German seller called Trend Trader, and had good reviews and lots of good feedback, and I believe he is affiliated directly with the manufacturer in Germany. He's located in Germany, he or she, and I got the airbox pretty quickly, probably 3 or 4 weeks for them to make it. These are made to order, so it's not like they're sitting on the shelf. But I was pretty impressed with it when I did get it. The communication's really good from Trend Trader, and there was definitely no issues there. It was also pretty well packed as well. But it took a little bit of work to get it on the car, just as it's quite a bit wider than the factory cast airbox. And what I recommend you do actually is, when you remove your factory cast airbox, take the trumpets with it and install the trumpets inside the rubber bellows, and then connect them to the actual stainless steel rings on the airbox, and it kind of compresses everything, and you're able to get it on onto the intake manifold. If that doesn't work, and it should, because you're very tight over here to this hydraulic line, brake line, if that doesn't work, you can always remove the engine mount on the right hand side and jack up this side a little bit, but you shouldn't have to do that to install this carbon fiber airbox. It took me a few hours to do it, and it was pretty straightforward overall. It's about 10 pounds lighter than the cast aluminum airbox that these cars come with from the factory, and everything went pretty smooth. There's a few things that I wanted to show you guys if you're deciding to install one of these in your car. First of all, the air filter box will not fit at all, so you'll have to buy a K&N cone, and I had to make this aluminum bracket to support the airflow meter. Well, 2 brackets, you can see here and here, to support the airflow meter, and you can see it's well supported, and then also buy a rubber coupling, and then a piece of aluminum pipe to connect the airflow meter to the airbox, the inlet of the airbox. So there's a little bit of fabrication required to connect the airflow meter, and it's not a bolt-in at all, so a little bit of work. But these brackets are fairly straightforward. Flat brackets is a little bit of a bend in it here to get the right angle and height, and same with this one here. But once you have it all, and luckily I just use all the factory M6 mounting holes, so no drilling required, no cutting required, using all factory holes. This is the factory hole here, and also here for the original black air filter box or housing that the cars come with. So actually everything fits pretty well once you lay it out, and you can see kind of how it all fits. The coolant lines all worked just fine, no issues there, and it fits real well, and definitely you can hear the K&N cone once you get on the gas, and you can hear the air coming into that airbox once you open up the trumpets there. So that's the inlet side. A couple of things that I wanted to show you as well. On the, it's not a bolt-in, or it actually kind of conflicts a bit with the throttle cable, as you can see here. So what I did is I made this bracket, this aluminum bracket under here, to support the cable, the throttle cable, just a little bit away from the airbox, because it was resting on the airbox, and I was worried about it rubbing and over time and then damaging the sheathing on the airbox. Sheathing on the throttle cable. So this bracket helps keeps everything away from touching and you can see I made it such that it has just enough of clearance from the strut brace. But I can clock this bracket a couple degrees if I need to, so no problem there. And you can see it has a little bit of a bend in it as well, just to get the right geometry to support the cable. Let me come around to the other side of the car. You're gonna need these M6 barrel nuts here to space this bracket, the throttle cable bracket, away from the intake manifold. If you don't use this, the throttle cable is definitely going to rest against the airbox, and so you want to really lift this bracket up and away from the airbox, and this is part of getting the throttle cable to all work. So you can see the two M6 barrel nuts, they're like 1.5 inches long, I believe. But everything worked really well with that. I was pleased how that came out, and doesn't change the idle or wide open throttle at all. So anyway, in terms of performance, I would say the car feels a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. Naturally, with something as cool as this, really the best thing to do is to eliminate the airflow meter, go with a map censored system and go full standalone. And I'm sure this will support 320, 330 horsepower, normally aspirated, of course. So eventually the goal would be to eliminate this airflow meter and just go full map based and get away from the Bosch fuel injection. But at least I wanted to walk you through the installation of the airbox. The car feels real smooth. There's no flat spots. It's got lots of mid-range power. I'm very pleased with how everything went. You can see if you have a strut brace, it clears the strut brace just like by 1/2 inch, which is all you need. And this strut brace is a flat one, and it's a Welchers, so Wykers, I should say, Wykers. And so I can angle this just a little bit to get the clearance I need. So everything works with all the aftermarket equipment, you know, the strut brace, and I was pleased with how everything came out with the throttle cable and everything here on the inlet side to mount the K&N cone. So hope that helps, and hope this is I can encourage you guys to install it. You'll be well pleased with it. The airbox itself allows a lot more air to the last 2 cylinders, 5 and 6 in, so there's definitely a good increase in airflow to the engine using this box. So hope that helps, hope you like it, and feel free to comment, ask any questions, and happy to walk you through it. But and I hope everybody has a great 2024, and hope everybody had a great 2023, and looking forward to the new year. Take care.